Hello everyone, welcome back to this exciting chemistry video lesson by Andranali the Bazoka Prophet, a passionate chemistry educator and not only your chemistry educator, also your coach. Now in this particular video, we're going to be diving into questions that pertain to students that are preparing for this year 2025 post-UTME questions for schools such as UNIBEN, UI, Nsuka, Delta State, and several other universities who will be conducting their post-UTME examination soon. Now, without wasting further time, you should be able to attempt as much questions as you can attempt during this period that you are attending classes. Of course, a lot of students have asked me questions like, to CTME do not have a syllabus. So how they can I prepare for my exams? I tell students all over the world or all over Nigeria, when they come to my DM to ask me, I tell them, if you had prepared very well for your JAM exam and you scored and you had a good score, then you should be able to prepare also for CTME and also score very high also. So, but in this video, I'm going to be giving you a guidelines to questions that you may likely see in your exam. Stay with me. Do well to like, share, and subscribe, and of course, comment. Now, the first question says, if the pressure on 100 cm³ of ideal gas doubled while its Kelvin temperature halved, then the new volume of the gas will be, now I just have a few space here, so I'm going to be solving it bit by bit, right? Now let's go. Now, first of all, what do I do? I'm going to be solving it down here. Now, if the pressure on 100 cm³, it means that the volume I was given, which is my V1, was given to me to be 100 cm³, right? And they told you that the pressure doubled. Now, in explaining to students, I often let them know, if they say something is doubled, you are simply saying that the P1 is P and the P2 is 2P. If they say something is tripled, the initial is always taking that particular value, that letter, while the other one will take the triple or whatever the multiplication would be. And then I said, why is Kelvin temperature halved? If the Kelvin temperature was halved, again, the T1 is simply what now? The T1 is simply T, while the T2 is simply, this is half, it will be 0.5 what now? T. Now, then I said, what will be the new volume? So therefore, the new volume V2 will be what now? Will be what? Now, from what I just have here, you should now know that the formula I am to make it of is the combined gas law or the general gas law. The first step is being able to bring out the parameters I am given. Now, so I can solve it, I will have to erase this part here so I can solve it with ease. Now, I record the formula. This is V1 P1 over T1 equal to V2 P2 over what now? T2. Now, I am looking for the V2, so I will make V2 the subject of the formula. So V2 will now be equal to V1 P1 T2 over what now? T1 and what now? P2. So I solve it here. So what do I do? My V1 was 100. My P1 was P. My T2 was 0.5 T over my T1 was T and my P2 was 2P. Now what do? My pressure cancel this pressure, my temperature cancel this temperature. Now take note, 2 year 1, 2 into 100 will give me what now? 50. So 50 times 0.5 will give me what now? 25 cm cube. That is just how simple this question is. As you can see, you begin to realize that no question is actually difficult at all. Now, this is for the first question. I just hope you understand it. Please do well to erase the. I will do well to erase the ball right now, so I can go to the next question. Now, for the next question, what do I do? And this question says a substance has a half-life of 3 minutes. After 6 minutes, the count rate was observed to be 400. What was its count rate at 0 time? Easy, right? Yes. Now, this question falls under radioactivity. So the formula I am to apply here is simply NT is equal to N naught half T over T half. Am I correct now? Now from the question, I was giving my NT, which is, they said after 6 minutes, because when time was counting. So after 6 minutes, the count rate was observed to be 400. So I can simply say 400 is equal to, then I said, what was its count rate at 0 time? Meaning at 0 time, I was not giving anything here. So I'm looking for it. Here become N naught multiplied by half. The time I was giving was 6 minutes. And the half-life was 3. Of course, when I reduce here would give me what? So here become 400. 400 is equal to N naught multiplied by, now half over what now? 2, because 6 divided by 3 is what now? Is 2. So I will further erase this part here so I can continue. Now I continue. 1 raised to power 2 is 1. 2 raised to power 2 is what now? 4. So here become 400 is equal to N naught multiplied by 1 over what now? 4. So I'm looking for N naught. N naught is now equal to 400 multiplied by 4 is equal to 1600. That is the count rate when it was what now? 0. Is that understood? Very, very easy, right? Very, very what? Easy. Now, before I take the next question, I want to use this medium to let you guys know that we are currently running a summer holiday teaching for students who are in USA, in Australia, in Canada, in California. We are currently running a tutorial package for students who are having issues with chemistry, physics, further maths, mathematics, algebra, name them. And for our friends in China who are having problems with English, we are best at what we do. We are not just a teacher, we are also an educator who have given students a good grade by explaining concept by concept, as our classes or our online tutorial platform has helped a lot of students all over the world. And our credibility and honesty and coaching are what? Top notch. We are always the best in what we do. None can be compared to what we are able to deliver your students with. If at the end of 1 month you don't see improvement in your child's education, do well to cut our classes. But I'm so sure that you will make the best when you hook up with us in our live classes where we give questions and questions and questions, so we can now push ahead to go further. Now, number 3 question says, when an atom loses or gains a charge, it becomes what? Is it an electron, an ion, a neutron, or a proton? Now, look at it. Because you heard the word here, charge, it simply tells you that the answer is what? An ion. Because an ion is a chemical substance that possesses an electric charge. And a charge can either be positive or negative. Let that sink into your head. Is that understood now? So when an atom loses or gains a charge, that atom is, or that substance rather, is considered an ion. Is that understood now? So let's continue to the last question. Which of the following compound is aromatic? Is that understood? A, benzene, hexane, cyclopentane, cyclobutane. Now, the only correct answer here is what now? Benzene. Benzene is an aromatic compound. Am I correct now? While the rest of them here are aliphatic. Even though inside aliphatic, some compounds can be cyclic. A compound can be cyclic and not aromatic. Is that understood? But a compound that is cyclic or an aromatic compound is also cyclic, but there are conditions that must be fulfilled for you to be an aromatic compound, which I cannot actually say all that in this particular video, but you can join us in our online Zoom classes where we go deeper to whatever we are saying yet online. I remember humble self and adrenaline, that was the Bazooka Prophet, an educator with more than 15 years of online presence and experience. Thank you, and God bless you. Love you guys.